My name is Althea Marshall-Brooks, the current Executive Director for Waterbury Bridge to Success Community Partnership located in Waterbury, Connecticut. In the midst of one of the most challenging periods in our nation's history, it is imperative that we take some time to reflect. I am honored to be leading BTS, serving the community that raised me and shaped the leader that I am. But there are so many who are a major part of the building, transforming, and sustaining this vessel. James Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." We all have a role to play in the fight against systemic racism, oppressive practices, inequitable policies, and notably, it is most important that we remain unified in our resolve. For over 10 years, Waterbury Bridge to Success Community Partnership has evolved to meet the needs of our community. You have been with us every step of the way to impact the lives of Waterbury's children, youth, and families from cradle to career. BTS responded to the COVID-19 pandemic with our first webinar on March 19, 2020, entitled How to Support Your Child's Education Now That You're All Home Together. We did this in partnership with My Reflection Matters, featuring Edgevis, Chimay Morales-James, and Mickey McKennedy. Little did we know that this webinar was the precursor to the future of BTS. From March 2020 to September 2021, BTS has hosted a compilation of over 75 in-person and virtual events. In the past 4 years, I have had the honor of serving as Executive Director in the very community that cultivated a positive racial and ethnic identity in me. Growing up in Waterbury, I had the fortunate and blessed upbringing to see people who looked like me in leadership. These educators, community leaders, and role models were symbols of what I could be and reflections of my value in this world at a young age. While I recognize my experience in Waterbury may not reflect the experiences of all Black and brown children living here today, I believe you have the power to create opportunities for your kids to experience an affirming and nurturing childhood that supports them in developing a healthy sense of self. Our intentional shift in centering racial equity began with you. In 2018, BTS conducted focus groups with Waterbury students, educators, leaders, families, and service providers to get your perspective on why they believe there are disparate outcomes for their children in Waterbury. A few of the key themes that came out of this work were the need for cultural competency and anti-bias training in schools, disparate treatment towards different groups of students and families, and a desire for partnership between schools, students, families, and organizations. Given these perspectives based on their experiences, BTS supported and created initiatives to offer families tools and information that will validate these truths, highlight the strengths that they bring to the table, and educate them on the historic marginalization and disenfranchisement, as well as systemic racism and its impact and influence on those educating and raising Black and brown children. BTS's core value of racial equity, which we define as the intentional, collaborative effort to eliminate the policies, practices, attitudes, and cultural messages that reinforce differential opportunities and outcomes by race, specifically as it relates to youth, families, and communities of color. Through our collaborative action networks, early care and education, positive youth development, college and career pathways, and family engagement, our advisory think tanks of Equity Matters and Let Youth Lead, our community council, our Boost community schools, partners, and of course you. We have all the tools and resources needed in order for Waterbury's children, youth, and families to be successful in school, career, and life. BTS continues to seek the facilitation and dismantling of the policies, practices, and beliefs that have historically disenfranchised all stakeholders to co-create sustainable, equitable systems that support communities of color from cradle to career. As we deepen our commitment to shifting power, the strength of community is more important now than ever. Collectively, we hold the answers to build, transform, and sustain to make success possible for our community and beyond. For a moment of gratitude, I want to thank everyone who has made the work of BTS possible. Thank you to the youth and families in our city. our community partners, our staff and consultants, the BTS Community Council, our Cradle to Career Collaborative Action Networks. I also want to thank the City of Waterbury, Mayor O'Leary, Superintendent Dr. Ruffin, and the Waterbury Public School District, United Way of Greater Waterbury, and our national partner, Strive Together. To our funders, thank you. Thank you for your patient and courageous investment in collective impact to intentionally engage, empower, and inform our community. We are so thankful for the last 10 years. For the next 10 years and beyond, we look forward to growing in a collective effort to center racial equity.